Hello my friends, this is your brother Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics, here with an episode of Coffee with Hampton where I share some thoughts and hopefully you can join me for a cup of coffee. Something I've been asked a lot about recently is how to deal with negative emotion. Sometimes in life we end up with a lot of anger, hatred, and jealousy towards another person, the human race in general, and sometimes towards ourselves. And sometimes this is justified. In this video, I don't want to defend anyone that's ever wronged you because sometimes these people have done very wrong things. So wrong that some might deem it unforgivable. However, I'm sure you've noticed that you can be hurt twice by a wrongdoing. You're hurt when the wrongdoing happens to you, and we're also hurt by how we emotionally process this. Sometimes this negativity bottles up inside and it stops us from being creative and happy. And I just want to share how I process that and how I can release that, and hopefully it can help you. And while it may seem a bit cliche, I find that the best way to deal with this is with kindness and empathy. More often than not, people are victims of their circumstances. We see that victims of abuse often become abusers themselves. Sometimes the rudest, most dismissive people, the most arrogant people, suffer from low self-esteem because how others have treated them, and it comes from fear. Now, does this excuse everything? Of course not. Of course not. There's definitely a line that people cross where their actions might be understandable, but are not excusable. But I find that when I reach this point where I understand someone's actions, I can make decisions more rationally. I can decide to either let it slide, or I can remove them from my life, or take actions to prevent the thing from ever happening again. But I can do that without the anger and hatred and negativity breeding inside me and just inhibiting me from living my best life. Because when I feel empathy for someone, when I feel compassion, I also feel some love for them. I'm not in love with them, that would be weird, but I feel some love for them. And at least for me, perhaps for you, in this scenario, the love kind of pushes the hate out of my heart and it makes me feel better if nothing else. But sometimes, if it's a very good day, this change in your mindset when you do understand someone does change your opinion, it does change your decision, and you can either shrug something off or let bygones be bygones. For example, if someone said something very rude to you, you can recognize that they're actually threatened by your success. You feel small and insecure because you're doing well. If you say something nice to them or offer to help them, this can sometimes change their mindset. Like I said, victims of abuse sometimes become abusers themselves, and they create more victims of abuse. And this creates quite a vicious cycle. Now, I'm not saying someone leaving a hateful comment is anywhere near as serious as abuse. But either way, when we respond to negativity with kindness, when we react to something very bad by giving something good, that can break the cycle. And that could potentially change the world. You see, when we learn to forgive and feel some love for the people who've wronged us, this can sometimes help us more than anybody else. I think over time people will learn that kindness, empathy, and love are a shield, and a very important, powerful shield it is. This was Coffee with Hampton. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.